Transformers more than meets the eye. We are back again reviewing some very old classic Transformers. These ones are from the, I think, 1985 in the second season of the Transformers animated series. And so these are, again, almost 40 years old, and they've held up. These are my childhood toys. And one of the cool things that they did with the Transformers back in the day was they made the combiners, and the combiners were a very cool concept where we had, usually 5 in case, except with the exception of one, which is Devastator, where they combine into one giant robot. So today we're gonna be reviewing and showing the transformation of one of my personal favorites, which is Defensor. So Defensor came, and Defensor was made more of, the vehicles that had to do with, health and safety. We got police cars, we got fire trucks, we got ambulances, a helicopter for ambulance and first aid, and a motorcycle also for the police. So let's have a look at them. So we have, as the helicopter here, this is Blades. I am missing one of the guns, I believe, but again, it is 40 years old. This is Hot Spot. He's the fire truck. We do have First Aid, which is an ambulance. We do have Streetwise, which is the police car. And we have Groove, which is the motorcycle. Don't ask me why the motorcycle is bigger than the car, but I guess for the sake of transformation, they are. Same thing, I don't know why the helicopter is smaller than the motorcycle, but it is. Vehicle-wise, I think they look pretty cool. They look like this. I mean, this looks. I've never seen a blue fire truck, but I mean, it looks like a fire truck. The motorcycle, I like. It looks really cool. It's got a nice vehicle design to it. We got here Streetwise. I mean, it does look like a police car. Obviously smaller than the other police car, which is Prowl. Autobots. We have Blades. Nice helicopter there, and here's First Aid. I think, looks like a nice ambulance. So we are going to start transforming the vehicles now into the robot form so we can review those, and then after we're going to finish up by transforming it into Defensor. So let's transform Blades first. So we're going to take off the cannon, flip the head, the front. And I found that usually at least the limbs of most of the Transformers follow the same kind of pattern. Very straightforward transformation, and then the head usually is what connects to the body of the main robot. In this case, Hot Spot. So there is very quickly the transformation of Blades. I'm going to move Blades back a little bit so we can keep them in frame. So let's do Groove next. In Groove, we flip back the seats into his feet. We'll flip over his front wheel. Flip his head up. Pull out the arms. So again, very straightforward transformation. I'm going to try to get his feet to stick there. Let's move next to Blades there. And let's get Streetwise transformed. Pretty straightforward. We're going to pull back his hood a bit. Maybe free up his hands there and his feet. Pull out his arms. Flip over his feet there. Flip his whole body, and then get his head unveiled. And let's get First Aid. First Aid, I did not lose his cannon, so there it is. Flip the hood, there's his head. Pull down the feet a little bit. Free them up. Okay, and I'll just flip out his arms a bit. A little bit stiff from, well, It is a 40-year-old toy, so a little bit stiff there. All right, and so those are the limbs. They're obviously smaller transformers than the main body. So we're going to transform Hot Spots. So let's move that back a little bit so we can get a bit more view of that. We're going to pull at his feet, flip his middle torso part there, pull out the arms. Oops, that's okay. We'll get him up after. And then we're going to pull out his hands. There we go. And last but not least, we're going to free up his head. There we go. So that is Hot Spot. So you can see comparatively, he's like double height and like almost double or triple the width of his compadres. Let's put him in the middle. Yeah. So he will act as the main body and the head part of Defensor. And he's got his, we're going to add his guns on there. So let's review each robot quickly in robot form. So let's start with the big guy we just finished. I mean, obviously, because he's the biggest, he looks probably the most impressive. That's again, his Hot Spot there. He does have some articulation with his arms. So some articulation with his arms there. And the feet, they only move kind of side to side. They don't really move that much. The bottom ones only move their arms a little bit. They don't, obviously their feet are kind of wedged, joined together, so only the arms kind of move. So we're not going to play around them too much there, but they're all kind of the same. Their feet don't move. The arms move a little bit. All right, so robot form, I think, you know, I like Hot Spot. He looks pretty cool. Blades, you know, for the size, you know, I like the coloring of him. You know, arms are interesting because they're doors. So it's kind of cool. The motorcycle is kind of, you know, basic, right? Vehicle mode I like better. Streetwise, pretty good. I mean, again, the feet don't move, but, you know, very basic transformer robot. First aid I like. Coloring is nice. So, you know, the robot forms, to be honest, I never really kept him in this form. I almost always kept him in his Defensor form because that was my favorite formation of them. So let's do the combining. So we're gonna get Hot Spot ready first because he's the main event show. We gotta push the arms back in, squeeze the arms. Arms in to create the torso. And get the feet ready, get them bent out so we can put the feet of Defensor. Now there are some accessories we plop on there. So that's the bottom part of his base. There, we pop the head down. There we go. And then we're going to start getting the limbs ready. So blades becomes one of the arms. Bend that down. I'm going to add one of the hands on. Again, one of the accessories that goes on there. And then we can add one of the cannons on there or add it straight to... Add that to the main body. There we go. And we're going to add, we're going to flip that over. Okay, let's get the other arm ready, and we'll do the feet last. So we got the first aid. We're going to squeeze the arms in, get that part ready. Get the other arm in, or hand in, I should say. Get the other rifle, cannon, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to add that also to the Defensor torso. Get chest plates on there. There's 2 parts to that. Excellent. And now we're going to get the feet ready. Nope. Another cannon for blades. Arm piece. So we have groove. Put his feet back in there. And we're going to put the feet on. So he's going to become part of the right leg. Oops. Sometimes those heads kind of pop in when you don't want them to. There we go. And last but not least, we'll get Streetwise ready. There we go. Get this leg locked in there. Okay, now we got everything up and working, except we got to fill out his head now. So we got his head out, adding the last cannon for good measure's sake. And so now we have Defensor. So let's get him a nice view there. So this is Defensor. You can see there's the head, torso, arms. We get down to the feet there. To me, this is one of my favorite combiners. One, it looks really cool. Number 2, it's really, really sturdy. Compared to some of the combiners, they can be, not as sturdy. Like Superion, I like the look of it, but to be honest, he's a little bit longer and a little bit more flimsier. This one's pretty solid. I mean, as I said, this one has been with me for almost 40 years, and it's still in relatively decent shape. It's not pristine, no question. The stickers are starting to fail. Joints are a little bit looser, of course, from play. But, I mean, it still holds up. And I get to enjoy it with my son, who was helping me with the transformation. And so it's really nice to be able to share my childhood with my kids with this retro transformer. And now I get to share it with you, too. So this is Combiner Autobot Defensor. And to me, one of the coolest combiners. So let us know if you like to see more Transformer videos, whether retro or more recent Transformers. Oops. And we are going to review those for you. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and we hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, just hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you soon. Thanks.